Tonight, a report on a fatal shooting in Royal City and when Soap Lake will become part of Fire District 7. What's happening in sports, Bob?
It was a big weekend for state football action as a few local teams went at it in the semifinal round. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, I'm Tassalyn Rodriguez here at the Weather Center. A frontal system approaching, bringing that threat of rain, snow, and a wintry mix by Tuesday morning. I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
One man was killed and another man seriously injured in a shooting at a Royal City business after a 30-year-old man allegedly opened fire. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
A 30-year-old man was identified as the suspect in a fatal shooting Friday morning at a Royal City business. Royal City resident Eduardo Ibarra Valencia was arrested for murder in the first degree and attempted murder in the first degree. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the suspect allegedly shot two co-workers after a confrontation at Callahan Manufacturing on Camellia Street. Joel Rodriguez, a 49-year-old Quincy man, died at the scene. A 55-year-old Soap Lake man suffered several gunshot wounds and was flown to an out-of-area hospital in critical condition. Ibarra Valencia is expected to appear in court on Monday. More information on what led up to the shooting was not released. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
For the second year in a row, Moses Lake firefighters provided coats to children in need just in time for winter. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
A group of Moses Lake firefighters gave coats to needy children at Peninsula Elementary School on a morning when temperatures dipped below 30 degrees. Peninsula was one of 5 elementary schools touched by the community's generosity and Operation Warm. Pat Herron, executive board member of Moses Lake Firefighters Association and a Moses Lake Fire Department firefighter and paramedic, leads the Operation Warm project. He talked about the project conducted by union firefighters in its second year.
We were able to get 108 coats last year. This year we're at 120. And the program goals for us is, #1 is getting new coats on kids. Keeping them warm is obviously the #1 priority. #2 is getting them something brand new for the self-esteem. You know, a lot of these kids have never had a brand new item. And the third part is just a little extra, is getting it from the firefighters. Kids seem to respond really well when they get gifts from people they know.
Sydney Richens, principal at Peninsula Elementary, praised Operation Warm.
It means a lot to them because not only is it teaching them how to be appreciative for these things, but it's giving them, a way to stay warm this winter. A lot of the kids come with just sweatshirts and with hoods, or they come with coats that the zippers aren't working, or they don't have hoods. So these are nice, warm, insulated coats that the zippers are all working, they have hoods, so these are great coats that will definitely last them through this cold winter.
Besides Peninsula Elementary, firefighters gave coats to young students at Longview, Midway, North, and Lakeview elementary schools. Sponsors donating money to buy the coats were members of the Moses Lake Education Association, the Moses Lake Firefighters Benevolent Fund, and the staff at Moses Lake Industries. The kids gave thanks to the firefighters and posed for a photo Friday morning. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Prosecutors plan to seek a life sentence for convicted murderer Anthony Vasquez. A Grant County jury convicted Vasquez, a 25-year-old Moses Lake resident, on Monday with murder in the first degree and second degree, unlawful possession of a firearm, 3 counts of drive-by shooting, and tampering with a witness. Prosecutor Garth Dano released a statement stating prosecutors plan to ask for a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Vasquez walked up to an SUV at a mini-mart on Patton Boulevard in 2014 and shot his victim with a shotgun. A woman and a child were in the SUV at the time of the murder. Prosecutors showed the victim and Vasquez were gang members and disliked each other. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Taking a closer look at our headlines, winter system approaching the area, bringing us that threat of freezing rain for our Tuesday commute. Windy conditions are expected by Wednesday, but drier conditions are expected Wednesday into the end of the work week. And then we're expecting a chilly and dry Thanksgiving for our area. Taking a closer look at the almanac within the past 24 hours, maximum temperatures in the mid-30s, and we started off the morning with temperatures below the normal. So temperatures below the normal in the morning hours, and even maximum temperatures below the normal, and not as warm as that record high of 64 degrees, and that was in 1955. And that sunset at 4:15 p.m. And right now for Moses Lake, those maximum temperatures below the normal in the mid-30s, and we started off the morning with temperatures in the lower 30s, but not as cold as that record low -5 degrees that was in 1985, and that sunset at 4:15 p.m. And right now outside your door, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the lower 30s, and those winds pushing through pretty calmly, but we're expecting gusty winds by Wednesday. This frontal system approaching, bringing that threat of heavy rainfall, especially towards the south, wintry mix towards the center, and then mountain snow. All that moisture will continue shifting towards the southeast, bringing that threat of a wintry mix. For our area, we're expecting temperatures to range around the lower 40s. Mostly cloudy skies are expected. Towards the coastal area, that threat of showers is likely. And then towards the Yakima Valley, a wintry mix may be possible through the morning hours, even towards our Columbia Basin and towards the inland northwest. Wintry mix snow is likely through the higher elevations towards our Columbia Basin. Through the afternoon hours, we're expecting maximum temperatures in the lower 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Conditions will be improving, and then drier conditions are expected by the second half of the work week. Let's take a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. Snow, freezing rain may be possible through the morning hours. Mostly cloudy skies are expected for tomorrow. Maximum temperatures in the lower 40s with cloudy skies. And then by the second half of the work week, we're expecting dry conditions, lots of sunshine around our area, but cooler temperatures in the lower 40s, and they will remain in the lower 40s for Thanksgiving, even for Friday. And we're expecting temperatures to remain in the lower 40s, and temperatures overnight around that 20-degree mark. For Saturday, very similar conditions, very cold on Sunday through the overnight hours, temperatures in the teens. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back with sports.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Lions Field was abuzz with a couple of local teams trying to advance to the semifinal round of the state playoffs. First up was the Moses Lake Chiefs hosting Richland. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
It was a wild one at Lions Field with Moses Lake hosting Richland in 4A state quarterfinal action. The Bombers jumped out on top right out of the gate when Air Force commit Lakota Wells went 72 yards for the touchdown. The Chiefs tied things up just 3.5 minutes later when Wes Harrington scored on a quarterback keeper. Down 10-7 after a Moses Lake 38-yard field goal, Richland regained the lead in the second quarter when Paxton Stevens found Ryan Wolski for a 20-yard score. The Bombers would take the 14-10 lead into the break. Richland increased their lead late in the third quarter when Stevens found Griffey March on a 47-yard hookup. A Moses Lake trick play resulted in a 30-yard Henry Russell touchdown, cutting the lead to 21-17 going into the fourth quarter. Moses Lake had chances to take the lead in the final quarter, but turnovers, including this Brecken Gallier pick six, sealed the deal for the Bombers. Richland takes the contest 28-23 and advances to play Gonzaga Prep in state semifinal action. Lakota Wills was the leading rusher for the Bombers with 121 yards and a score. Ridge Montgomery had 2 catches for 57 yards for Moses Lake.
I was on hand for the second contest between Elmira Cooley Heartline and Touchy, and the game didn't disappoint. Dallas Isaac's 9-yard third-quarter touchdown run broke a 22-all tie, and Elmira Cooley Heartline got past Touchy 30-22 Saturday at Lions Field. An early 33-yard Isaac TD run put the Warriors up 6-0. Touchy answered back with a 62-yard run and then took the lead on a successful 2-point conversion. ACH regained the lead and then went up by a score on back-to-back second-quarter touchdowns by Isaac and Charles Hunt. The Indians hung 6 on the board late in the first half to close the gap to 22-16 at intermission. Touchy opened second half scoring on a 44-yard pitch and catch and looked to take the lead, but the 2-point try failed. Isaac put the Warriors back up top 30-22 on a late third quarter score and a successful 2-point conversion. The Warriors' defense rose to the occasion and played shutout ball in the fourth quarter to come away with the win. Isaac finished with 215 rushing yards and accounted for all 4 ACH touchdowns. The victory sets up a semifinal round game with number 1 ranked Liberty Christian. The Patriots handed the Warriors an opening season loss for their only blemish on the season. The teams go at it Saturday at 4 p.m. at Edgar Brown Stadium in Pasco. The winner of the game will take on either Lumi Nation or Nia Bay for the 1B title at the Tacoma Dome December the 4th. Well, Joseph Lang rushed for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caden Jenks threw for another, and Royal got past Colville 21-7 in 1A action Friday at Joe Albee Stadium in Spokane. The number 1 ranked Knights took an early lead when Jenks found Sam Christensen in the back of the end zone for a 28-yard score on the opening drive of the game. Back-to-back second quarter TD runs by Lang made it 21-0 at the half. Royal continued to play shutdown defense in the second half, but did give up a late score to the Indians' Jack Hines. The margin of victory could have been wider, but the Knights had 2 first-quarter touchdowns called back on penalties. Royal matches up with familiar foe Connell in semifinal action Saturday at 4 p.m. at Lions Field in Moses Lake. The winner takes on either Kings or Montesano for the 1A title at the Tacoma Dome December the 4th. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the annual Turkey Trot in Moses Lake to benefit the Moses Lake Food Bank. Reporter Devin Higgins was there and has the story.
All right, forward, set.
A bit of cold weather didn't stop about 200 runners from taking part in the 5th annual Moses Lake Turkey Trot on Saturday in Blue Heron Park. Runners of all ages came out to raise money for the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation, and everyone took part in the 5K to be part of the community that either survived cancer or lost someone they knew to it. Some participants made this year's trot a family affair, while some brought their four-legged running buddies, and some, like Vaughn and Karina Blethen, got dressed up for the occasion.
Did the beach slow you down?
It slowed her down. It did. It felt like we were talking through, mumbling. But we had fun. We had to push her away. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I have a friend who passed away, Diane Norton, and we have several friends that are survivors. So, yeah, we've got a bunch of people. Yeah. Knowing that we're doing for others, it makes us feel good. Plus, it's fun, it's a lot of fun. And to see people appreciating every day, it's good.
Afraid of police officer Josh Busher was one of the first across the finish line and said both he and his family's life have been touched by cancer, and events like the Turkey Trot are a good way to get involved.
I had an uncle that died, but my wife's family has had people that have had some breast cancer issues, and so it's really important for her, and so I wanted to help support that. It just helps raise awareness, and a lot of people don't know necessarily how to get involved, and so one way to do it is to promote a fun run like this, and so you can raise money that way, and even if people haven't been personally affected by it, it's just one of those great things to do.
Moses Lake native and Washington State University Spokane nursing student Kelsey Eddy lost her grandmother to cancer, and she created the Turkey Trot in 2011 as a way to honor her memory. She said that while the participants are trying to have fun and post a good time, the trot is about much more than just winning a race.
I think it helps a lot, and it brings spirit and happiness to everything and hope. A lot of people like to dress up and just have fun with it. This race isn't about winning at all. I don't think anyone's here to just win. They're here to run and do it in the spirit of cancer and everyone that's been affected by it. I thought it was going to be a one-shot deal, but it's lasted 5 years, and I don't think I'll be able to stop. So, yeah, and everyone keeps coming, and so many more people keep joining, and it kind of depends on the year what people are doing in their lives, and hopefully they can come, and hopefully we get more people.
Eddy said this year's event raised about $7,000 for the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation, and while the number of runners was down compared to last year's run, she's hopeful more people will come out to take part next year. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. Soap Lake is getting some new holiday lights for the downtown area. City Council members voted 5-0 to authorize Mayor Raymond Gravel to purchase up to 20 new LED holiday light sets to decorate light poles along Main Avenue from Daisy Street to Canna Street. The Soap Lake Public Works Department would put up and maintain the lights during the season, and the lights would be expected to last at least 4 years. The lights cost $1,184. The Soap Lake Chamber of Commerce donated $500 for city decorations and is being used to offset the cost. Soap Lake City Planner Daryl Percy endorsed the purchase, saying it was a good bargain. The first Special Star pageant in Moses Lake on Saturday gave young women with Down syndrome a chance to take the center stage. Reporter Devin Higgins was there and has the story.
On the outside, it looked like another ordinary Saturday at Moses Lake's New Beginnings Christian Center. Step inside, though, and you discovered a regal atmosphere as some special Grant County residents had a chance to take center stage. The first annual Special Star pageant was held to recognize young women who live with Down syndrome. Organizer Pamela Cornell was optimistic about the show and said all the participants were going to be walking away with more than just an appreciation for who they are.
Well, I think it's going to go well. The kids are all excited. They've rehearsed a couple weekends now, and they've worked very hard. The parents are excited. They're excited. Everyone will walk away a winner. There'll be 4 princesses, 1 queen, and we'll have 5 awards for our escorts, the boys. So it's exciting for all the kids. All the queens that I have coming in from all over the state have brought gifts for them. So each child or young adult will get at least 20 gifts. So it's going to be Christmas in November.
20-year-old Taylor Moberg was crowned as the inaugural queen, and Cornell hopes to have more participants take part next year. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Explosives were found in a car in Lakeview after police were called for a suspicious activity on Thursday evening. Grant County Sheriff's deputies closed Road 19 Northeast between State Route 17 and State Route 28. The Richland Bomb Squad was called to safely remove the explosives. The explosives appeared to be 2 sticks of dynamite and were found inside a car parked between 2 residences. According to the sheriff's office, 2 men were seen running from the car. The car was reportedly taken from a deceased man's property in Soap Lake. Soap Lake becomes part of Grant County Fire District 7 on January 1st. Soap Lake voters approved the annexation into the fire district with more than 87% voter approval on November 3rd. Council members voted 5-0 to set the date as January 1st, 2016 at the recommendation of City Attorney Catherine Kennison. The city did not include the official date of implementation on the ballot. The state departments of health and licensing require notice of when Grant County Fire District 7 would assume control of the emergency services for the city. Bail was set at $1 million for a man accused of shooting a 51-year-old man during a struggle over a gun. Olajide Fletcher, a 25-year-old Moses Lake resident, made his first appearance in Grant County Superior Court on Friday. He is facing charges of assault in the first degree. Fletcher was arrested by Missoula Police and the U.S. Marshals Services on November 5th. Deputy Prosecutor Kevin McCrae argued for an increase in the bail, saying Fletcher tried to mislead police about where he was going when he contacted them. Fletcher reportedly called the Moses Lake Police and said he was trying to get his TV back from the victim. The victim reportedly pointed a gun at Fletcher, who claims he overpowered the victim, took the gun, and shot the other man several times before fleeing. The victim suffered 5 gunshot wounds to his lower extremities. He was taken to Samaritan Healthcare and later flown to an out-of-area hospital. That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.